Direct from the Broski Nation headquarters in Los Angeles, California, this is the Broski Report with your host, Brittany Broski.
Hey guys, bienvenue, bienvenidos, willkommen, willkommen back to the Broski Report. Today, we have so many exciting things to say. Y'all remember that scene from Hoodwinked? Do you remember Hoodwinked, first of all? Hoodwinked had a comeback recently on TikTok because of that fucking goat that y'all said reminds you of me. Fuck you, first of all. Second of all, LMAO. Okay. First of all, hey! Second of all, I laughed. The did I? Where he's rocking back and forth on his horns. On his little, wow, that is me. On his little porch, he has built himself a rocking chair out of his horns and he's playing the banjo and his little legs are swinging because his little legs are just dangling in midair because he's rocking back and forth on his horns. Damn if that ain't me. What's his name? This podcast would be nothing without Google. Who was the goat from Hoodwinked? Japheth the goat? Fuck you guys.
I'm looking for Granny Puckett's house.
Granny Puckett.
Just like so unhelpful, like immediately unhelpful. Hi, I'm looking for Granny Puckett. Granny Puckett. I love him. Like, this is cinema. When was the last time a movie like this was made? Very long time ago, I can tell you that right now. Everything I say. They even gave him the little intonation that Appalachian people have. Everything I say. Oh, that is so funny. Did I? That is me, dude. What was I gonna say? Who plays him? Japheth. Japheth the goat. Japheth the goat voice actor. Billy Benji Gaither. He is from Mobile, Alabama. Gloria Gaither's son. Who is Gloria Gaither? Damn, she's 82. She is a Christian singer-songwriter, author, speaker, editor, and academic. I know that's right. She's married to Bill Gaither. And together they've written more than 700 songs. The ASCAP named them Christian Songwriters of the Century. What did she write? Gloria Gaither. Top songs. Oh, they had a band, the Gaither Vocal Band. I will praise him because he lives. I am loved. Do I know any of these? I bet these are all country. Let me listen to it real quick. Actually, let's look up a live version. I believe in a hill called Mount Cavalry. Not to go off on a rant here really quick. Not even a rant. It's more so, I wonder if it would be easier if I was like the 2014, 2013, maybe, if I was a 2010 version of myself, if I was 13 years old again, and I held the same convictions and principles that I held at 13 versus at 27, I wonder how much easier life would have been if I didn't fall on the left side of issues, if I wasn't leftist, if I wasn't curious about the world and its complexities and its differences and communities and how love is unifying and all the fucking shit I talk about on this podcast. You know, how living life with an open mind and respect, first and foremost, for other people and other cultures is so important. If I had continued on as a 13-year-old with my very conservative family's values and my Christian values, I got baptized at the age of 13. You know, if I had carried that into my adulthood, I probably would have found a religious man and we probably would have gotten married. And I'm just kind of pontificating here, but I imagine that I would have been very unhappy because I've never felt more in tune with myself and my potential and what truly I am to my core than right now. Maybe moving away from home had something to do with that. Maybe, the self-discovery process through getting fired and the pandemic and all the beautiful things that have come into my life since then. Maybe that is a factor of it, but I also think that the internet truly, into high school, Tumblr was very formative for me. And I usually talk about that in a joking way, but Tumblr and Twitter for me in high school opened my eyes to a world that I was not seeing on a daily basis. I was talking to friends who lived in different states, who had different sexualities than me, who were a different race than me, different religions than me. And I wasn't really getting that at school. Not to say that, there wasn't diversity at my schools, but it wasn't celebrated the way that it kind of is online. And I wonder if I hadn't had that in my life, how different I would be. So for all the brain rot and all the horrible things that come out of the internet, we've never been more accessible to each other. And we've never been more forthcoming with information, I think. I've learned more about, cultures and countries that I never could have placed on a map as a high schooler. I'll be very, very honest with you. I've learned so much, and there is a desire and curiosity to keep learning and to know more that I think would not have existed if I had stayed sort of, if I had stayed in the circles that the people I went to school with did, both high school and college. Because I went to A&M, and the thing at A&M is MRS degree, ring by spring. MRS degree, like you get married as you're graduating college. You're 22 graduating, you should have your Aggie ring and an engagement ring. And I didn't do that, and I felt like a failure. And literally so many people that I went to college with are married with children now at 27, and I guess that's a normal fucking age to do it. But out here, I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine being responsible for another life right now. And the ethical decision to bring a child into the world that we are currently struggling to live in, with the climate change crisis and war and terror and food scarcity and fucking wealth, just everything. I really wonder how different I would have been, if I had never left the church, if I had stayed in Texas, and if I had let other people's principles and morals and convictions outwardly press in on me. You know what I mean? Like if I had let that sort of press in on me and break down my walls, and I became a vessel for other people's desires, I wonder how fucking miserable I would be. But would there also be a sense of purpose and community that comes from the Christian faith? And I've talked about it before, and I get a lot of beautiful, very vulnerable messages from you guys when I talk about it. It is a very human thing to miss the belonging of a church family, of being in a congregation, of worshiping in a room together every week, of getting to know these people in a familial way, familial as in family, because that is, I think, it's a lost art. And when you get into these mega churches, and you just lose it. These small town churches, and they have their problems, trust, but I don't know, I do find myself reminiscing in a good way about my time in the church sometimes. And I see stuff like this and that indescribable feeling of when it is a worship song. And I put myself back in the mindset of when I was a practicing, very religious Christian. Some of the lyrics would just hit. They would hit. You want to You want to find comfort in this otherworldly, omnipotent being that you can cast your worries onto, that it will be okay, and that there is a plan, and that it's not in your hands, it's in his hands. And just be still and have faith and all that shit. I mean, I used to just, it provided such a comfort. And I know that that's what religion is. I know that that's the point. I mean, that's truly the point. And when you decide to leave the faith, you lose that. And I've talked about it before, and I know a lot of you can relate to that, but it extends beyond just that statement, you know, of like envying the faithful or missing the comfort that provided you, or the stability or peace to be able to sleep at night and not worry over these things, or not to take the world on your own shoulders. And I don't have an answer for it. You know, my answer right now is I reject the man-made quality of religion as it stands, specifically for American Christianity. I reject it. And overall, I resent it. And I am happy now. But I always wonder. I always wonder if I had been the married Christian girl with 2 kids by the time I was 27. What would she want? What would she want? And am I doing right now what that Brittany would want? And I think the answer is fuck yes. The answer is absolutely yes. This is the dream life that I never would have thought even a potential reality. And so I say this every fucking week. Like how grateful I am on so many different levels that I get to do this, and that there is an audience that cares. There's an audience that is willing to sit down and listen to the bullshit that I have to say. So thanks. And back to Gloria Gaither. I don't know any of the songs from the Gaither family, but I'm sure they're great. Okay, these are all from the 90s, pretty much. Okay, what the fuck was I talking about? I was talking about Hoodwinked. I was talking about the goat. I was talking about... Oh my God, it came to me. The Schnitzel scene from Hoodwinked. That's what I was talking about. The fucking Schnitzel scene. Sorry for the God rant. Let's get back to Hoodwinked. Let's get back to the American classic animated film Hoodwinked. Schnitzel, the favorite treat for little girls and boys to eat. Schnitzel and a schnitzel day. We eat schnitzel all day long. Schnitzel Hoodwinked. We're going to play this and I'm going to memorize it.
Not such a bad job. After all, I bring much joy to the children. Schnitzel!
The animation's so scary and bad, but it's kind of camp.
Mommy, I want a schnitzel stick. Oh, the schnitzel man.
Ooh, the Schnitzel man! Mommy, I want a schnitzel! Ooh, the Schnitzel man! God, they, if y'all ever do a Hoodwinked 2, which I think they did. Hoodwinked 2. Yep, came out in 2011, and I bet it was fucking bad. Yep, it was. Oh! It got an 11%. 4.7 out of 10. 2.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Bill Hader's in it? I did not know that. Hayden Panettiere? What is she up to now? Glenn Close? Wayne Newton? Heidi Klum? Joan Cusack? Amy Poehler? Oh my God, I had no idea all these people were in it. Did they do another one? Open Season is a great movie too. Oh my God, I'm gonna watch Open Season tonight. Hoodwinked 3? Okay, so there is not one. Okay, if you guys are looking to change that and you need, a D-list celebrity to act in your movie, look no further than me, guys. I can play. If the guy who played the Schnitzel Man is not available, guys, book me. Okay, I've got my email in my bio. If you need a Schnitzel Man, you're looking at her. You're looking at her. This episode is sponsored by Tinder. It's going to be hot this summer in more than one way, if you know what I'm talking about. Find your summer match on Tinder. Whether you're looking for a festival buddy, someone who loves yoga in the sunlight, a hiking partner to stay active with, there's someone on Tinder for that. Who knows? Your hot fling may just bloom into a summer thing. And putting yourself out there is now easier than ever on Tinder. Have fun with their prompts and quizzes to show off some personality or highlight some of your interests to ignite conversation. Summer's calling. Don't go at it alone. Explore all the possibilities for yourself on Tinder. It starts with a swipe. Download Tinder today. This episode is sponsored by ZocDoc. Are you the type of person that loves to treat yourself? It's all right. We all do it. You get a pedicure and you opt for the extra 10-minute foot massage. You refuse to make coffee at home because you want it from a fancy coffee shop. Well, if you treat yourself to the top options with everything in life, why settle when finding a doctor? It's your health after all. Enter ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. Once you find the doctor you want, you can book them immediately. No more waiting awkwardly on hold with a receptionist. And these doctors all have verified reviews from actual real patients. We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat basically any condition you're searching for. The typical wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is between 24 and 72 hours. That's it. You can even score same-day appointments. I found my dermatologist on ZocDoc, and I have kept his business alive with the stuff wrong with my skin. So go to ZocDoc.com/broski and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/broski, ZocDoc.com/broski. I want a schnitzel! Sentient baby. Do you see all that shit? I mean, I'm like super late on that. Obviously, I was locked into sentient baby. Me. Who wants to go to the Four Seasons in Orlando? Me. Yes, mother. I would be absolutely delighted to indulge in the Four Seasons Orlando. Perhaps we could hop over to Disney World. Yeah, I saw those videos. That shit was crazy. I'm imagining fully sentient baby as again, casted in this with me. Okay, so fully sentient baby, he could be the one that's like, I want a schnitzel! Me! I want a schnitzel! Yodelia! Like they're all following him. Okay, can I ask a question that you guys are gonna get mad at? What is a schnitzel? And also, why do I need him? What is schnitzel? I did not know schnitzel came on a stick. I've actually had schnitzel before because in Fredericksburg, America, every time I've gone there, it's a little German town, you can get schnitzel, but it's like this big, flat, fried, I don't even know if it's chicken or pork or beef. I don't know what a schnitzel is. I just know it's fried. And yeah, it's fried. And then there's like gravy and taters to the side. What is schnitzel on a stick, dude? Schnitzel is a dish of thin, pounded meat. What? Ew, well. That's breaded and pan-fried until crispy and golden brown. The word comes from the German verb schnitten, which means to cut. Schnitzel is a culinary staple in German-speaking countries and is associated with Austrian and German cuisines. Meat. You can use almost any thin, boneless cut of meat, such as veal, pork, chicken, beef, mutton, or turkey. What about raccoon? You're all doing raccoon schnitzel? What about possum? Gator. In Florida, are the German Floridians doing gator schnitzel? Gator schnitzel with a little bit of Cajun sauce on. Ooh, wait a second. Floridian schnitzel, and it is a gator that is just pounded to hell, beat to hell, fried, lemon juice on top, okay, and some Cajun rub. Ooh! Cajun rub. And then there's some okra on the side and maybe some seafood boil. Wait, you could have a fried gator schnitzel with a seafood boil. Oh, I bet that'd be real good. Do y'all watch those ASMR? Well, you probably don't because you're not fucking weird like me. Actually, I take that back. Y'all are weirdos. So this might land with the right audience. Those seafood boil mukbangs, where they get that big glass bowl. Oh, I'm salivating thinking about it. The girl I like to watch, her name is Eat with Spicy with Tea. Eat with spicy tea. What is her fucking username? Eat with tea. YouTube. Eat spicy with tea. Yes, this girl. Oh, y'all. And y'all know B-Love. I've talked about B-Love before. Me and my mother, we love B-Love. We used to watch B-Love all the time. Oh, that is just sinful looking. King crab seafood boil mukbang. Seafood mukbang. Deshelled lobster. Seafood boil. ASMR eating. 2.5 million views. This is the Red 40 challenge, and she won. Oh, dude. Okay, so it's this. She'll have this big. God dang. Let's click this. Okay, I won't make y'all listen to it if you don't like it. But it's this big ass glass bowl of. It's a concoction that they make. And it's like a mixture of Cajun seasoning, seafood boil, like all that. What's the brand that fucking makes it? Zatarain's, but they'll make their own. I know B-Love has her own smackalicious sauce that is whoa, dang, and they'll put the big boiled eggs in there with the potatoes and the corn, and then this is the kicker is they'll have some cut up jalapenos or peppers in there, and then onions. But it's like caramelized onions, and they're those big chunky, I mean, they almost look like noodles. And so you dip the crab. Oh my God, I'm about to I'm drooling like a dog. You take the lobster tail or the king crab leg or whatever, and you break it in half, and then they do that perfect where it comes out with the filament still in it, and then you take it and you dip it in the thing, and then you do the lemon juice on top, and you can see the seeds come out of lemon juice. And you know those rich restaurants where they'll have that little shower cap around the lemon so the seeds don't come out? Need some of that. They'll do that, and then they'll put and usually they have long nails, and so they'll use the nails to pick up the onions and put it on there, and they take that bite. Oh my God! Oh my God, I need a seafood mukbang now. I need a crab boil now. Oh, my stomach is speaking to me in tongues right now, dude. These seafood, I can't watch them. They make me so hungry. Oh, I'm salivating. But sometimes, dude, I do like to watch the crawfish ones because I love crawfish. And they do it real good in Houston. I was just in Houston recently with my mom, and we went to a what is that called? Let me shout it out. What's it called? It's on Lake Conroe. Monty's Lighthouse in Montgomery, Texas. That's where we went. Everyone there was real nice. There's a nice little patio out there. That restaurant has been so many different things over the years. It used to be Sam's Boat. I think that was the one that was there for a really long time. There's lore in that little strip mall. It's Monty's Lighthouse now, and it was so delicious. And they do the Cajun seasoning on it, and there's that good juice that's in the bottom of the thing. And I got 3 pounds of crawfish, and it comes out with the taters and the corn, and you can get that, I forget what they call it, crawdad sauce or something. And it's, I'm literally salivating like an animal. Yeah, it's like butter and Cajun seasoning. And then there's also this creamy sauce, but whatever. And you do, and it's so good. And they were big. The crawfish were big this year. But it's that, I'll do that, but I don't like the shrimp with the eyeballs on it and all this. Oh my God, I saw this crazy TikTok yesterday that about made me vomit. This girl was like, shrimp mukbang, and it was those big shrimp. And it was in the sauce, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'm tapped into this. I thought she was going to peel the shrimp and take it out. She bit the head off. What are you talking about? With those little legs? And the eyeball? Look, if that's what you're into, do it. I just don't. I'm scrolling. I'm not going to watch that, dude. I can't. I physically cannot watch it. All the comments, too, were like, I know she didn't just bite the head off of. And then my sister had a baby. True story. And I just love that little guy. And I picked up another job at the factory. Hold on. I got to look up the script. Shrimp from Shark Tale. My sister had a baby, and I took it over after she passed away, and the baby lost all its legs and arms, and now it's just a stump. But I take care of it with my wife, and it's growing, and it's fairly happy. And it's difficult because I'm working second shift at the factory to put food on the table, but all the love I see in that little guy's face, it just makes it worth it in the end. True story. With his little shrimp arm. True story. Oh my God, Shark Tale is so good. You want to know some lore about me? I bought the Shark Tale soundtrack on iTunes back in like 2012 because there's a song on it that you couldn't find it on YouTube or streaming. You had to buy the album. Shark Tale soundtrack. It's the one where, and Justin Timberlake was on it. Goodfoot. Holy shit. It was Goodfoot. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm saving this to my Spotify right now. It's called Goodfoot by Justin Timberlake and Timbaland. See, it's fucking grayed out on the album. Oh my God. This is horrible. Look, here's the Shark Tale soundtrack. And it's not on it. Look, Three Little Birds by Sean Paul and Ziggy Marley. The Car Wash remix with Christina Aguilera and Missy Elliott. Goodfoot. All the good songs are fucking grayed out. Got to Be Real, Mary J. Blige, Will Smith. Gold Digger by Ludacris. All of these. Oh, this is so upsetting. I bet it's on YouTube. Yeah, look, by Timbaland, 2004. That's crazy. Oh, I love this album. I wonder if I still have it. How does iTunes work on iTunes? I literally think I bought it. Let's see if I still have it. Actually, I'll do this later. Okay, anyway, back to the mukbangs. Yeah, if you're ever passing through Montgomery, Texas, if you're ever on 105 through Texas, go ahead and stop at Monty's Lighthouse. That's just delicious. And Fajita Jack's is a family favorite as well. Fajita Jack's makes fajitas where they bring them out, you get whatever you want, chicken, steak, shrimp, whatever. And there is a dipping sauce. And it's really not that, crazy when you think of, it's so good. Garlic butter with some like chili something in it. And it's the dipping sauce for the fajitas. Y'all, oh my God, it's so delicious. Those two spots are so good. Okay, now this I was talking about. Yeah, man, I'm so locked into this. Now, what was I talking about this for? Oh, Schnitzel. Oh, Gator. What the hell? Gator. What is Schnitzel? The way that my tabs gradually, I can follow my train of thought that way. I need to start doing that more because me sitting here for 10 minutes in silence trying to backtrack through my own thoughts is just a nightmare. You wouldn't last a day in the asylum where they raised me. Anyway, Schnitzel on a stick. Why is Schnitzel... Why is Schnitzel bad for you? Because it's freaking good. That's why. Schnitzel on a stick. That does not look appetizing to me. I'm so sorry to say. I'm lying. It does. That looks good. Schnitzel, the favorite treat for little girls and boys to eat. Schnitzel, we eat schnitzel all day long. Oh, that used to kill me as a kid. There's a scene here where one of the kids, they're throwing schnitzel on a stick up in the air. They're like, la 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 la. And one of the kids takes one and shoves it up his nose and his eyes go different ways. Used to make me absolutely crack up as a child. Oh, I hated this rabbit. Damn, this movie's tea, honestly. This movie is really tea. Because he was an evil little fuck. He was an evil little fuck. Okay, now let's go back to, I was talking about Schnitzel because of the German guy. Okay, now, when we're talking about positive German representation in media, I would say Hoodwinked is a great example. I would also say the guy from Frozen, okay? Yoo-hoo! Big summer blowout. Big summer blowout. Now, is he German? Who says, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout? Oaken is actually quite popular among fans, despite being a minor character. Hoo-hoo! Does Oaken have a husband? Was Oaken a top? The adult in the sauna is clearly implied to be his husband. Best yet, Oaken and his partner have a family. Imagine gay people having a family. That is unheard of. Oaken nationality. What nationality is Oaken? Okay, now we're tapped into r/Frozen. We have landed, guys, we've landed on the Frozen subreddit. It took us long enough to get here. He's Norwegian, but a sort of Swedish more than a Norwegian accent. Fuck, so he's not even German. All white people look the same. All white people look the same. It would make sense for him to be Norwegian considering how Frozen is kind of based off of Norway. Well, yeah, because in Epcot, the Frozen ride is in Norway, bro. So yeah, duh, it's in Norway. Idiots, never been to Disney World. Big summer blowout. German characters in movies. Edna Mode is not fucking German. Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. Okay. Rapunzel is not German. Snow White. Okay, I don't care if the lore is German. I care about the character. Jessica Rabbit's German. This episode is sponsored by Factor. Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Are you gonna answer? Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. You can meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Make your day delicious from breakfast to dessert and stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up required. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. You can choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, whatever you need. Head to factormeals.com/broski50 and use code broski50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code broski50 at factormeals.com/broski50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Oh my God, y'all, we didn't even get to what the fuck I wanted to talk about today. We're pivoting. We're pivoting away from big summer blowout. We're pivoting to Robert Downey Jr. Let me tell y'all something, okay? I've talked about this a little bit before. It's time to absolutely lock in. This is on the docket for today, okay? Everyone pull out your pen and paper. Robert Downey Jr. Everyone knows I love him. Everyone knows that Sherlock Holmes, Iron Man 2, all that. I've talked about how formative those movies were to me, okay? And that I love him as a person. He's very charming. He's very whatever. He inspires me to be, he's what I want to be, okay? On a personal level. No, I don't want to be an actor. I want to be like, in every interview you see with him, he is so witty, he's so charming, he's so quick. That's what I would like to emulate in my life. Now, Robert Downey Jr. in 1992 starred in the film Chaplin. And let me see if I got that year right. 1992. He starred in the film Chaplin. Now, if you know anything about Charlie Chaplin, you know that he's very formative to the beginning of cinema as we know it now, of movies and talkies and silent films and whatever. He was very, very transformative, and he was an innovator, and he was a superstar, and he was, whatever. Now, he was so problematic. Most people were, okay? Most of the fucking, I mean, it's very hard to talk about anything, honestly, ever in pop culture without mentioning that someone had some crazy view of something or had some horrible marriage history or like beat his wife or abused his kids or was rich or did a drug problem, whatever. Like in entertainment, it's sort of tit for tat, like quid pro quo. I feel like Chaplin is one of those people that is so interesting as a case study, a character study of what a pivotal time in entertainment history, going from, the 20s, 30s into the 40s, 50s, and him becoming an old man and so many things happening. And how quickly life changed, wartime, and going from trying to get people to see what he wanted to do with the physical comedy and the penguin walk and all this stuff, and it was like seeing that come to life, and then the legacy that he created and all that, whatever. I'm not trying to suck him off, obviously. I'm just saying that, especially living in Hollywood, it's everywhere. You cannot talk about Hollywood without seeing a picture of Charlie Chaplin and that fucking mustache. So RDJ, in taking on this role, it's such a colorful role, and it's such a colorful life, and it's such a complex man to get right, because with all the positive things he did, there was just as much, if not more, negative attributes and qualities and decisions that he made. And it's such an interesting story. And so RDJ plays him, and this is young RDJ, real cute RDJ. I think this is his first Oscar nom. I don't think he won, because he just won his first Oscar for Oppenheimer, which is crazy. But so it's Chaplin. I watched so many, this was in high school. I had a hyperfixation on this movie and on RDJ specifically in this movie. It's a very long movie, by the way. It's like 3-something hours. And he prepared for it. Let's read this. He says, at a certain point, I had a one-way mirror with a TV playing VHS tapes of his old films. And I would try to match up where his face was and mine and literally just mimic him for hours and hours over a course of weeks and months. I employed every single way I could try to show up for that role. Crazy. Yeah, this movie is nuts. And it really started me on this whole kick of all these crazy RDJ movies. And then in this sphere, I don't know if y'all A, care, or B, can relate to this. My friend Meg is the only person I've met in my life who can relate to this. That isn't my dad, okay? There's a very specific group of actors that I'm about to talk about around the early 2000s that were top of the marquee, name and lights. Every fucking movie featured one of these men, okay? I had a hyperfixation. My Tumblr was half One Direction, half DILF, okay? The movie Ocean's 11, not the original with the Rat Pack, the reimagination, the 2001 remake of Ocean's 11, starring George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Andy Garcia, Julia Roberts, all these crazy people, okay? It just superstar cast. Changed my life. I think that was the first movie I watched as a kid where I was like, this is an adult movie, but it's smart and interesting. I was able to keep up. I was able to keep up, but then rewatch after rewatch, I would start to realize more and more things. So basically, if you've never seen Ocean's 11, it's about a heist. It's about a heist of a Vegas casino. And they pull it off through crazy schematics and all these, they all work together. And it's the cadence of the RDJ archetype. Brad Pitt, George Clooney, they're very smooth talking, charming schmoozers. They get what they want because they talk you into they're what they want. And I watched this movie and I was blown away at first. This is in high school, I think, late middle school, early high school, when me and my dad watched it. And the dialogue was so impressive to me at first. I was like, you forget they're acting. And I love movies like that because it's so believable. But it's also because George Clooney and Brad Pitt were playing themselves. That helps. And I don't know if this was before or after Matt Damon had done Born Identity. Actually, I think it came out the same year. Born Identity, 2002. So, this was around the same time. So it was this, they were just everywhere. And then Matt Damon, of course, had his Good Will Hunting moment with Robin Williams in the late 90s. And so I just think that whole era was so impactful to me for no reason. I watched so many George Clooney movies, so many Brad Pitt movies, so many Matt Damon movies, so many RDJ movies. Because when I like someone, I freak out. I don't know how to like them normal. And that's always been the case for me. So RDJ, going back to him, Chaplin was one of those watches where I think I watched Sherlock Holmes and I fell in love with him. I fell in love with him as a person, as an actor, as a character, even as his Sherlock. And then, of course, Iron Man came out in 2008. And then the sequel in 2011? Was that when Iron Man 2 came out? Anyway, you have to go back. He was in a movie called Gothicana. He was in a movie called The Judge, which is tearjerker. He was in this movie, which I'm adding this to, if y'all remember last week's episode when I talked about the Aperol Spritz routine, where you get a nice, you listen to the playlist called Aperol Spritz on Spotify, which is like bossa nova, take a nice shower, have a cold drink, watch a nice summer movie in nice pajamas with some ambient lighting. Okay? That's the Aperol Spritz routine. Add this movie to the rotation. This movie, it's so corny and cheesy, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's called Only You, and it stars RDJ and Marissa Tomei, and it's from the 80s. I think it's like 1985 or 1989, something. He is so young and cute in it, and Marissa Tomei is so gorgeous. And basically the plot is, when Marissa Tomei's character is a little girl, they do a Ouija board, and she asks, what's the name of the man I'm going to marry? And it spells out Damon Bradley. And she's like, oh my God. And so up until her adult life, she's like, Damon Bradley, Damon Bradley. She's remembered this name. She's about to get married to this other guy where she's like, yeah, it's okay. You know, he's good to me. He's got a good job. He's good to me. I guess this will be my life. Gets a call one day, or something happens where the name Damon Bradley flashes across her life. And she decides to go on this crazy goose chase to Italy to go find Damon Bradley, and meets RDJ along the way and all that. I'm not going to ruin it, okay? It is so good. It is so good. And you can tell that he's trying to find he's like mid-20s, and he's trying to find that level of like, let the guy improv sort of thing. Let him be himself. Because there's only so much you can script when a person like that is so, like, you can try to reel Robin Williams in as the genie in Aladdin, but he's going to do what he wants to do at the end of the day, and you're going to like it because it's fucking Robin Williams. And that is, you are watching magic happen. So you better adjust the script around him and animate what he says, sort of thing. You know what I mean? RDJ, in my mind, is a similar, like, as Tony Stark, as Holmes. Let him go. And then everyone needs to adapt around him because the brain is going so fast. It's moving at 100 miles an hour. Let it go. Don't try to reel it in. So in this movie, you can tell it's this sort of in-between thing of he's trying to find his acting cadence, I think, that isn't too much just him being himself, like trying to learn how to play a character, which will eventually, you know, as he gets into Chaplin and all the rest of the major films that he's in, he finds that balance. But yeah, I think that those movies were so important to me. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Like, there was no reason for me as a 14-year-old to be watching Chaplin and like analyzing it the way that I was, or The Bourne Identity, or Ocean's 11. No, absolutely no fucking reason. I was obsessed though. That and Pirates of the Caribbean. Dude, my bedroom, wait, this is actually cute. I haven't thought about this in a while. My bedroom in high school was themed like Hollywood. It was themed like Hollywood Boulevard. And I had this nice like crimson red bedspread and this lamp that was it looked like a chandelier. And then I had a Hollywood sign sticker above my bed, like a big sign. And then on the walls, I had all my favorite movies. So I had Ferris Bueller's Day Off. These were framed movie posters. I had Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of Black Pearl, Sherlock Holmes, the original, not the Game of Shadows, Star Wars, A New Hope. And then my bathroom was Twilight Zone themed, which is so cute because now I have a Twilight Zone tattoo. I had the shower curtain, had all the little things on it. Let me pull it up. Twilight Zone intro. All these little things, like E equals MC squared. It was this eye that blinks and a broken window and a floating door and all this. And then the spiral as you're entering the Twilight Zone. I had my shower curtain said, "You are now entering the Twilight Zone," which I was like, that's so silly because it's like a shower. And then I had a big clock on the wall that had the spiral in it and the arms, the hands of the clock were all funky and like didn't work. It was so fucking cute. And then I had black and white towels. It was a vibe. Okay? I had an aesthetic identity as a teenager, if that is not clearly evident, as my adulthood will prove. But yeah, my whole room. And then I had a little section of my room that was all my One Direction and like music posters. I had the Beatles everywhere, 1975, One Direction. I had I saw Paul McCartney in 2012. I had a poster on the wall of that, and I would just look at it and sob. I had my little piano in the corner, and my harmonicas. I had a whole set of harmonicas that my parents bought me as a kid. I've been living this shit. I am the same exact person that I was when I was 14, 15. And that is such a... Do y'all ever have those electroshock moments where you're like, I'm the same, and I always will be, and that's beautiful. But then you're allowed to change and adapt on top of that. You know, like so much of me is different, but to my core, the way that I operate, my interests, my likes, the way that I love things, and the way that I love people has never changed. And I don't think it ever will. I mean, I'm pretty cemented in my being as a 27-year-old. I doubt that it will change anytime soon. And that's both very, very comforting, you know, that I know myself better than anyone knows me. And it's also a scary thing that if I've been this way for that long, what if one day I want to change? What if I want to outgrow that? Or what if I don't like that about myself in the future? How obsessive I am. It's two sides of a coin. You know, it can be a very relatable, beautiful thing that I love so intensely. But on the flip side, it's like, I don't know if that's healthy. Because when I'm obsessed with something, it consumes my fucking life. And what happens if that's a person? You know, that's not healthy. So I think it's just all in balance, and I don't know balance. I've never known balance in my life. And that's how I work. That's how I operate, and it works. So whatever, dude. Fuck you. Let's go back to King Crab Seafood Boil. I want to make one of these one day. I'm probably going to do it for a YouTube video. I'm going to watch one of these videos on how they make it. Because it's like, I don't know if they use flour or what, where they make the sauce a little thick. So it's not just, butter. It's not just melted butter, where it's real oily and there's that layer on top. But it's kind of thick, and it's got some texture to it, and there's so many flavors in it. But I don't want it to be spicy where it burns my hole. I don't want to have hole burn. Okay? I don't want to singe my asshole off my body. I would like to have a tasteful amount of spice. Okay? Okay, let's move on to songs of the week, because I've got some things to share. First of all, happy summer, guys. Happy Pride Month, guys. My first song is a Chappell Roan song, because I'm a fucking ally. And also, I love her! My Southern belle, my Southern woman. I love her so fucking much, dude. I've got a bunch of songs by Chappell Roan, actually, that I've had on rotation. I want to see her live so bad, because I want to do HOTTOGO. I want to do it so bad. And everyone does it, even guys at her concert. It's so fucking sweet. I want to be in a crowd so bad. I need to find my husband at a Chappell Roan concert. I need to find my pansexual husband at a Chappell Roan show. Good luck, babe. Red Wine Supernova. I know, does that make me fucking basic? I love that song. I love Pink Pony Club. I love Casual. I love Hot to Go. Pull up the album. Yeah, Pink Pony Club, love. California, love. I just love her, dude. Next song of the week is A New Day Has Come by Celine Dion. If you understand, you understand. Celine Dion has a live concert movie that is called Celine Dion Concert Movie. It's not the one that's coming out. Through the Eyes of the World, is that it? No, I think it's A New Day. A new day has come. Ammore Annascunnuto. That's the fucking song, dude. Okay, this. Oh my God. Another very formative thing for me. This performance by Celine Dion, A New Day live in Vegas. That's it. That's it, dude. I was obsessed with this concert movie. This is a song in Italian that she sings as this little intro, can I fucking talk? Jesus Christ! Fucking reboot. Put it in right. Shut the fuck up. This concert movie has a little interlude, transitionary scene between songs, okay? Where this clown comes out and he starts doing this interpretive dance and he's got a rose and then there's a woman and then they dance and then it's sad. He's a sad clown. And then Celine exits stage right onto the stage, walks across real slow, and it spoke to me as a child. I don't know why. You should go watch this. The way that I recommended Ave Maria by Beyonce, where she does it live with the sort of wedding, where they come and put the wedding veil and dress on her, and then they rip it away to do it during the I Am World tour. This is another one that for me, I don't know. It's just the absolute epitome of live excellence. I don't know. It's just so well done. I was captivated. It's captivating. This scene, Celine Dion, Ammore, Annascunnuto, A New Day, live in Las Vegas, 2007. Go watch this and let me know what you think. This shit was so formative to me. Her album, A New Day Has Come, it's always kind of in my rotation. Like I'll come back to it when I forget about it. And I'm back there. I'm back here, dude. That album is so good. Another one on my list is Playboys by Midland. I love this song. I just love a good, happy country song. And then Luke Combs has a song out too that's I ain't no love in Oklahoma. I love that song. And I think it's on the Twisters album that's coming out, which it's got like so many country people on it. Can't wait to listen to that. Oh, and what's that Zach Bryan song? Is it on closing time? You only smile like that when you're drinking. I like that song too. And then Song of the Week is $1 Million Baby by Tommy Richman. Yeah, I know it's overplayed as fuck on TikTok, but he's teasing his stuff for the summer. I'm so excited. Whatever that album is gonna be, whatever, I'm locked in. $1 Million Baby is consistently on loop in the back of my mind. I don't know what it is. I love that song. Oh, and then also I watched Mamma Mia 2 recently. Mamma Mia 2. I had never seen it. And I was like, ooh, Cher. I didn't realize Donna fucking dies in it. That sucks. Bring back Meryl Streep. Why didn't she do it? Anyway, they brought some new ABBA songs into the mix, of course. Andante. Oh, I love that song. I'd never heard it before. And so I was listening to it and I was playing Cake Sort on my phone. Kind of barely watching it. It's kind of bad. But then that song came on and I was like, what is this? I was locked in. Andante by ABBA is a really, that's one of the songs of the week. Okay, guys, I think that'll do it for me. Go watch that Celine Dion. Y'all have homework. Go watch the Celine Dion clip. Go watch Hoodwinked. Go watch Chaplin with RDJ. Go watch Only You with RDJ. And go watch Ocean's 11 with George Clooney if you haven't. That's your homework. I expect to see you back here next week. Okay? Fully having done your homework. Love you guys. And be safe. And go register to vote. Headcount.org. And if you don't have merch, go get it. Broski.shop. And if you haven't seen Royal Court, go watch it. That's my celebrity talk show. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.